In this video, we're going to have a look at the transform or add column number functions. And there aren't too many surprises here. So first of all, we have statistics. So sum, min, max, median, average, standard deviation, count values, and count distinct value. So what that will do is transform what you've got into just that. So here we have the sum of the average price. Now the formulas that they use is not that surprising. It's list dot sum min max median average standard deviation non-null count. Now count distinct values will look at a particular column, and you can see this can be worked for text columns as well, and see how many values there are which are unique. That's to say, they can repeat, but ignore all the repetitions. So in this case, the answer will be 12 because there are 12 regions in our data. Now going to the standard, we have add, multiply, subtract, divide, integer divide. So what these first four do is they change the column in this case, or add an extra column, which shows what happens if you divide a particular number or multiply a particular number. So let's say this average price is in pounds sterling, and we want to multiply it by 1.3, let's say, to get an answer which is in dollars. Well, I could add a column, multiply, and it says what do you want to multiply by? Well, in this case 1.3, click OK, and there we have our new price. But suppose we had two columns, so here we have the price in dollars and the price in pounds, for instance, and we wanted to divide each of them. So we wanted to go, what is dollars divided by pounds? And this is something that you can do as well from here. So again, standard, divide, but instead of dividing by 1.3, you want to divide by pounds. We'll divide by another column. And that's why we click on this ABC123, which is a fixed figure, like 1.3 or hello or something like that. And instead, I will say use a column. And I want to use the column pounds. It's only giving me the columns that make sense. I can't divide dollars by region. 59,000 divided by East Midlands doesn't make sense. So when I click OK, then we get the answer, unsurprisingly, 1.3, with a slight rounding error in some cases. And you probably will not be too surprised to learn the sign is exactly the same as it is in Excel: plus, minus, multiply, divide. Divide integer, that's the same as the divide, except it gives a whole number. So for instance, if I was to divide the dollars by 2, let's say I wanted to get it into another currency, but I just wanted a whole figure at the end, I don't want all the decimal points, then that's what integer division can do. And also notice we're not using the divide sign this time, we're using number.integer divide. Modulo is the next one, and what modulo does is it takes the remainder. So let's say I wanted to divide this by 10, so no problem, I can divide that by 10, or maybe 1,000. Let's say I wanted this figure to be expressed in thousands, that's fine. But I actually want it to be in a whole number. Well, I'm going to change that from a division to a division integer. So let's divide that again. Or I could obviously just change the formula. So that gets me the number of thousands. And to be honest, I wouldn't do the renaming that way. I would actually just edit the formula, but just show that a lot of stuff can be done with just using the GUI, with using the interface that we got. But then I want the remainder after divided by thousands. So that's the modulo. So I want to find the remainder, and again you can use another column if you want. And so this number is 59,000 plus 208.5. The last two functions, percentage and percentage of, are merely versions of things that we've seen. So for instance, I want 50% of this pounds. Well, you can just multiply by 50 and divide by 100. And that's what percentage does. So I want 50% of that figure. There we are, 22,760 or 772, which is multiplied by 50 divided by 100. And percentage of is similar. What percentage of the pounds and dollars, what's the percentage relationship between them? So percentage of dollars of the pounds will come up to 130 because it's a 1.3 relationship. So again, all of this just very similar to what we've already done, just expressed in a convenient form if you so wish.